Hello and welcome to episode whatever it is. It's either 24, 25 or 26. I don't know which one it is. Let me just look at what just look it up what episode it is, because I can't remember what episode it is. This is episode what episode is I don't know what episode this is. And I really should know. This is episode, oh for God's sake. Episode 25. This is episode 25. Episode 20. Well, welcome to episode 25 of Gran Turismo 6 GT6 with the car review series. Today I am reviewing something terrible. It's the Isuzu Piazza XE from 1981. Let me just make sure these my driving options are okay. And let's look at the statistics. So we have 488 performance points, which could compete with the performance point is the same level of what the Outback Subarus would be. So I've got to bear that in mind. 349 horsepower is about the same. 996 kilograms of weight, which is just under a ton, or depending on what country you live on, which is insanely light. Front engine rear wheel drive. I thought it was front wheel drive. Apparently it's rear wheel drive. It's 37 kilograms force meter max torque, and it's 2.85 kilograms per brake horsepower power to weight ratio. And yeah, let's get onto the track. Now I'm expecting it to I don't know what I'm expecting really, because it's not exactly a car you think of, and I don't know what to expect really. It's kind of, it will either be amazing or it will be terrible. It's one of those cars. Let me just turn around and get into this lay-by thing, and on yeah, and then we'll look at the car. So we have the rear of the car. There's 4 brake lights, or there's 12. There's either 4 or there's 12 brake lights. I'm not sure how many exactly. We've got someone behind me who's being a right nuisance. There's the brake lights. There's no reverse lights because it's a standard car. Ignore the person behind me that's trying to be clever. There's the horn of the Isuzu Piazza. There's no lights, there's no wipers, there's nothing there. There's the speedometer, which goes up to 160 miles per hour, which every car seems to. We've got the interior, which is it's all right. It's what I expected. And look at the rear view. You can just about see the rear windows, which is quite interesting. And you've got the bonnet view, which I'll be using. It is actually a bonnet view as well, which is something you don't really see every day, or hear of every day. I'm going to just quickly nip over to the left side of the track before this whole group of cars are coming. And well, we look at. There's the sound. I forgot to do the sound. There's the sound. That's actually really nice. I'm surprised how nice that sounds. It sounds so good. I mean, the turbo will probably help with the sound, but it does sound really nice. You can't disagree with that. And let's look at the burnout. Oh! Okay, it's fine. I may have accidentally hit someone. Right, I'll do it. I'll do it here, as there's. Well, there is someone coming, but you know, there's no one directly in my way. Okay, there's the burnout, and here's the. Okay, first impressions. It's. I don't know. It's just. I really don't know with this car. It wants to go left and right constantly, which is interesting. Whoa, whoa. But it wants to go the other way to which way you're turning. It doesn't agree with how you're turning it. Which So if I go right, the car wants to pull to the left. Ah! Why are you on my side of the road? I couldn't do anything about that. Is the burnout? There's no burnout now. Yeah, it just, the car wants to pull the other direction to the way you're turning. And there's also loads and loads of grip. I'm going to fling it around this corner. No oversteer, no tyre smoke, no anything. There's the oversteer. The oversteer is quite controllable, surprisingly. I may have slightly hit a wall. I didn't mean to hit the wall, but it happens. It pretty picks up its pace as well. Once it gets up to around 60 miles per hour, it will start picking up its pace. And like I said earlier, the oversteer, you can control the oversteer. Which you can't say about most cars, to be honest. You can control the oversteer. I could do this all day, it wouldn't... How did that not spin out? I don't know. This must have some really thick tyres or something, because it grips the track really well. And I'm surprised how much it's gripping the track, to be honest. I really thought it would be a lot more oversteery. Let these two cars go past. He's ghost, so he's fine. This is the cop car. Nope. He almost hit me. Oh, this car is really good. I'm surprised how good it is. It kind of, if you push the limits of it and make it oversteer, oops, it will, if you push the limits of it, it will start going into a slide. But it's not a serious slide. Oh, no. Oops. No, he's in the wrong anyway, because he's in a race car. Oh, minor heart attack. Yeah, it's when you make the car drift and push it over its limits, it doesn't kill you after you've pushed it over the limits. It's a fun drift, and it's a very controllable drift, and it doesn't... You know, you can do that. I can't do that with most cars, with the steering wheel. You can't switch, specifically the steering wheel. It's very difficult in Gran Turismo to switch a car from going a left drift to a right drift. It's one of the most difficult things to do with the steering wheel. And I can do that with this car perfectly fine. So, it's a pretty good... Let me try drifting around this corner. Yeah, I'm not that good at drifts though, in general. But, with the right amount of speed and the right amount of control, you could easily make this car drift. It's very much a drifting car, but it's not an obvious drifting car. It's it almost teaches you how to drift in some ways, rather than just put you straight into the longest and hardest drift you've ever done in your life. That's kind of how this car works. It's very much a learning car. Ugh. Oops. I see this car targeted at the sort of... The way it's designed, I see it sort of targeted at elderly people. That might just be sounding horrible, but that's just how I see the design. It's targeted at elderly people. I mean, maybe it's a cheap option for some East European teenagers! Why are you there? Please get out of the way. There's a guy drifting, he's just cut into my lane and span out. I'll just let him do his own thing. It's generally a nice car to drive. It's not over the top. So I quite like this car. Because it's not over the top. But you can make it go over the top. But when it then does go over the top, you can control it and stop it going over the top. That was a bit fast. I may have got a warning for that. Oops. I don't know. I hope I didn't get a warning for that. Looks like they might be changing the track pretty soon, so I'll probably end the review pretty soon as well. Oh, there's a car there. Sorry. Yeah, for beginners, I would say yes. This is definitely a beginner's car. Oh, it's definitely a car for learning both how to drive a car normally, or well, not that I don't know what normal is these days, but it's a car which you can learn to either drive a car like you were driving it around a circuit or a track day, or it's a car for learning how to drift, which is nice to. It's nice to have a car in this game where it's sort of you learn how to do stuff. Ah! There may have been a slight wall tap there. Let me just put the taps on now. So this is going flat out. It picks up pace very quickly. About 110 through there. Subaru goes about 130. About 130. So it's not too bad. But it's not too slow either. Yeah, like I said earlier, it's very much a beginner's car. And now, yeah, for beginners, for racing beginners, yes, definitely. It's very much, it's very much a beginner's race car. That's very much what it is. And learning how to go as far as the car can go before it starts doing that. For beginners drifting, I'm not sure. It is okay at drifting. Oh, I may have got slightly hit by a Mustang Mach 1 whilst he was doing an out of control drift. Ah, there we go. I couldn't get the car turned around. It seems that the steering is very heavy on this car. Another minor heart attack. Yeah, beginners drifting, I think I would actually do it. It's definitely a car for learning how to do stuff, like drifting. Now I've got a cop car in front of me. I'm not liking the looks of this. But yeah, the steering when the car is stationary is very, very stiff. But when the car gets going, it's then very very light and very composed. I'm gonna for cruising, as I'm just showing you now. It's got 6 gears, so that's just good to have 6 gears whilst you're cruising. Cruising is good. Beginner cruising definitely. Amateur racing, I think you can probably get away with it. You would struggle, I think, but it would be possible. Now amateur drifting, I think I would go for it. Yeah, I think I would go for it. Beginners, amateurs cruising, again, I think I would go for it. Watch out for this, whatever he's doing, M3. For professional, I don't think you should use this car for anything professional. It's not a professional car. And the way it drives it doesn't feel very professional. It doesn't feel like it's supposed to be at the top of the leaderboards. It feels like it's a car designed just to be a very average car. There's a wall there. Brakes are good. Those brakes are very good. I don't think my Subaru would have stopped for that. Especially when it's sliding. But yeah, even more reason why you should use it as a drift car. Because it can stop really well. That was a good drift. Well done. Oops. Ah! Jesus Christ. It's getting really close. a scary lobby to drive in as well. So yeah, this has been the Isuzu Piazza or Piazza or Piazza. I don't know how to say it. Someone in the comments will probably, well, they won't because I don't get comments, but someone will probably say somewhere how to say it properly. Probably, I imagine it's Piazza. That's what I imagine it to be. So I'm going to drive like a maniac now, see if I can annoy the host. None of that. He's not the host. I want the host. I want to crash into the host. I've never been able to do that. That manoeuvre I just did on that corner, I've never ever been able to do that. That's crazy. This car is good. Let me just. I can hear a lot of echo as well from this car, which is nice because it's a good sound. Oh dear, that's funny. I'm not going to say sorry because that was on purpose. So yeah, I've been XeinsGaming reviewing the Isuzu Piazza or Piazza or whatever it's called, XE from 1981. And it was unexpected results, again, as every single car seems to have done. And I will see you in the next video.